Marshall. Guys, welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome. So, you know, you guys have two little babies, young ones, that we're going to talk about a little bit later, but they're not here right now. And I heard you just actually left them with a temporary babysitter.
Yeah.
And that may be kind of fun, kind of good. When was the last time you guys had a babysitter?
Oh man, I used to have to do like a background check on people before I'd leave my kids with them. Now I'm just like, here you go.
Take them. Take them. We're going to go for a date after this. We're going to leave the kids here.
This is like a date right now.
It's a date. You're enjoying the worship.
Yes.
And but they're really, really great. And we're going to see them a little bit later on. But guys, you are just a powerhouse. So you're founders of the nonprofit Regular for Christ. You are a musician. You guys are currently on tour. This is what, your third stop?
Yeah.
Third stop, and you're gonna be gone for 4 months, right?
Yes.
With a 2-year-old and a 1-year-old?
That's correct.
Oh, and there's probably not bringing the babysitter on the road, right?
No.
There's
What
no room.
babysitter?
What, you guys are the
This
babysitter.
is it, right here.
But what is so cool, guys, so just to give a little backstory, you are called to share your testimony around the country, and you guys have been doing this for years, and you have a really powerful testimony. Tell us a little bit about your story before you had your daughter, and then we'll dive into that a little bit, which kind of geared your nonprofit.
Sure.
Definitely. Do you want to start?
Sure. So I come from a background of addiction. We both do. And we came up into a program called Celebrate Recovery. That's where I ended up getting saved and I ended up getting sober. And God put a passion for sharing my testimony and helping to lead others through what I had gone through for 15 years. And getting saved in that program, and I had a background in music, and just God put us together kind of through the program too. We stayed closer together through the program. And then when we both got sober, we decided to start a music ministry together, also sharing our testimony. I'm a hip hop artist. She sings worship music, and she's also a painter. So we started traveling together.
Yeah.
So good. Okay, so now you guys are traveling together by RV, but then you get married, and then you're pregnant with your first little baby girl.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that.
So we were actually, this was actually pre-RV life. We were kind of couch.
Pre-RV life.
Take it back.
Before the RV.
Yes.
So no, I mean, we actually were kind of couch surfing and staying in people's guest bedrooms and stuff as we were touring. It's a lot easier when you don't have kids. You can stay and go anywhere. I mean, just if you don't have kids, enjoy it, because it's a little bit different. So a couple of people have kids here. So yeah, when we, about 2 years into ministry, so we started our ministry in 2012, was when we got married. 2 years into ministry, we found out we were expecting a baby, and we were really surprised. And then we found out that the baby had some major health issues, and it was so scary. So scary. Our baby, we were 20 weeks pregnant when we found out that she had health issues. So we were only halfway through the pregnancy. And they told us our daughter had spina bifida. And we didn't know what it was. They also told us she had fluid on her brain, which was related to the spina bifida. And they basically just explained it like this: her spine didn't fully form right, and the base of her spine was just open and exposed, and it was sticking out of her back. Like it was she was inside of me, and her back was completely open on the bottom. And we were so scared. And then they also told us she had this life-threatening heart defect, and that we should consider our options. But really, there weren't many options placed in front of us other than, it's a grim outcome, or, you could terminate the pregnancy. So it was pretty scary.
Yes.
So you guys, multiple different doctors, and you guys relocated to get the medical attention that you guys needed, but you really were encouraged to have an abortion. Talk about the miracle that came from remaining faithful throughout this really difficult time.
Yeah.
Well, we were living in Nevada when we found out, and we ended up moving to Colorado. We had to make this big decision. We prayed about it. We asked some different people in our life, but ultimately God just led us to move. We left everything behind. We were like technically homeless. We were living in the Ronald McDonald House for the remainder of the pregnancy, and They were monitoring her heart and her spina bifida, and the heart thing was the major issue at this point. They were saying, you know, this was the most life-threatening thing. The heart wasn't pumping properly, it was leaking blood. You could see it right there on the ultrasound. They were monitoring it twice a week. And so we're living out in Colorado, we don't know anyone, but all around the country, people that we had met during our ministry travels were praying for us.
Yeah, sending us gifts and just support, even people coming to town to visit us.
Oh, it was so special. People were buying us, like, it was like the biggest baby shower ever. Like, people bought us, like, we had 2 strollers sent to us. It was crazy. So the night before she was born, God just spoke to me and he said, I'm gonna heal your daughter. And I remember, and you know what? I posted it on Facebook because I was like, I'm going to be bold about this. Like, there's always that fear when you pray for someone, like, well, what if God doesn't heal them right now? Like, what are they going to think? Is God not real? But I put it out there on Facebook, and the next morning she was delivered via C-section, and her spine was sticking out of her back. And I remember turning to my husband in the operating room and saying, is she healed? And he said, no, she still has spina bifida. And I didn't understand. I was like, what? God told me he was going to heal her. So a couple of hours later, Dusty came into the room, and I was still healing. You know, when you have a C-section, it's a big deal. And he said, honey, they scanned her heart, and they said it was completely normal. Nothing was wrong with her heart.
Praise God. And so now your baby girl, she's 2 years old. She's traveling the entire country with you, doing ministry.
This is where the motorhome comes in.
Yes, okay, so real quick, we are running out of time, but I want you to tell me how she's doing now. Tell me her name, and then, quickly tell me about the motorhome.
Okay, somebody gave us a motorhome.
They donated us a motorhome so we could travel with her and all the stuff we needed.
So we weren't homeless anymore.
Yes!
And then Amnesty's really healthy.
Okay, and you named your baby girl Amnesty. Why did you name her that?
It means the complete pardon of all transgressions to the point of forgetting. And God gave her that name to me in a dream, and that's the forgiveness over all sins. When we come to Christ, there aren't certain sins in our life that he didn't die for. He died for every sin, including an abortion. And even though we chose life, we want women out there that we've met in Celebrate Recovery and different recovery settings to know that Christ died for their sins, including that abortion.
Right.
And now we have another little girl named Noelle, so we have our double portion, and we're so blessed.
Oh, so good. Guys, well, you are going to be performing for us a little bit later on. Tell us real quick the song that you're going to be performing.
I'm going to be doing a song called Beauty in the Struggle, which is the title track of my album, Beauty in the Struggle.
Oh.
And it speaks on my daughter's story and the beauty we've experienced through her testimony.
And the power of a testimony. Guys, so good.